Today's show is different, certainly different for me, because I'm going to review a headphone, the VERUM 2 open back planar magnetic headphone. And the thing is, I'm not really doing headphone reviews anymore. I mean, years back I did lots and lots and lots and lots of headphones. And then I sort of hit a wall and I said, I want to step away from headphones for a while, and that seems to be working for me. But anyway, this headphone today, the VERUM 2, is special enough to warrant a review. In this case, what makes it special? Well, the price. The price is extremely affordable. It's a Kickstarter and it's $350 for the basic version of this headphone, which is the one I reviewed, the VERUM 2. And it is designed and made in the Ukraine. Yeah, that definitely got to me. That's a reason to do this review. And I really do think it's special. And first of all, it sounds really good. That's a good reason right there. But more than that, it is super comfortable. It is one of the most comfortable planar magnetic headphones I've ever put on my head. It's that good. It's very light. There's very little ear pressure, clamping pressure on my head. It's just a joy to wear for hours at a time. The ear pads on this headphone are thick and chunky. They kind of look like the ones on Audiophiliac LCD models. And the ones here on the VERUM are covered with real sheepskin leather. Oh, and one of the thing that I noticed is that these ear pads are vented. They are ported. They have little tiny holes on the back side of them that is facing behind your head. And yeah, maybe they are responsible for this extra open quality that I'm hearing from the VERUM 2. I do want to talk a little bit about the headband. Now, the headband is steel. That's good. But the thing that really attracted my attention was the center of the headband is pivoted. So now, with this headphone, it can better conform to the shape of your head so that the ear pads aren't putting uneven pressure on your head. And that definitely leads to greater long-term comfort. You can wear these headphones for hours at a time and not feel like you just got to take them off your head because your ears hurt. Now, this one is really exceptional in that regard. Planar magnetic diaphragm is unusually large. It is 105 millimeters in diameter, and the conductors on this new model are silver. The conductor on the original was aluminum. Rated impedance is on the low side, just 12 ohms, but I don't think that will be an issue with any headphone amplifier, either portable headphone amplifiers or home headphone amplifiers. Oh, these headphones come in a variety of colors, including black, but I think some of the jazzier colors are really, really nice. The 2-meter braided cable is very soft and flexible and also not prone to microphonics. I did all of my listening tests on my computer with my desktop system. The amplifier was an Emotiva A100, and I was using an RCAM DAC. The first recording I played was this one by James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. It's an acoustic record. The vibe, the feel of the session was very intimate, very relaxed, as only James Taylor can be. The tone of his voice was right on the money. Acoustic guitars sounded natural and very acoustic, nothing plugged in about the sound of this record. So we were off to a good start. The next album I played was this one by Herbie Hancock. It's called Maiden Voyage. Now, Herbie is a pianist, a piano player, and Blue Note albums, they don't usually sound so good for piano. But for some reason, Herbie's piano sounds fantastic. The tone, the touch, the dynamics all fare very, very well over the VERUM 2. And Tony Williams, the drummer, also. Yeah, drums on Blue Notes could sound kind of squished and stuff. Not this time. The drums had plenty of life to them, and the cymbals, air and detail and clarity were well played over the VERUM 2. And I'm playing this track by the Beta Band. It's called Life. And starting around 2 minutes 30 seconds, there's this incredibly deep descending bass line. And I'm switching between the VERUM 2 and the Sennheiser. And there was no contest there. That the Sennheiser just couldn't keep up. The bass line just turned to mud, to be blunt about it. It just was nowhere as clear as the VERUM 2. And the overall presentation of the music was duller and thicker and just had the life sucked out of it by the Sennheiser, at least compared to the VERUM 2. Now I did the same test, repeated all that with the Audiophiliac LCD2. Now this is an old pair, maybe 10 years old. So it's not original LCD2, but it's about 10 years old. And that headphone definitely fared better than the Sennheiser. The bass was very powerful, very deep, and I would say that the Audiophilic's bass was hit harder. It had more punch to it than the VERUM. But overall, I definitely felt that the VERUM 2's clarity and transparency and openness, like not stuck inside my head, was better than the Audiophiliac LCD2. To finish up, I played the film score for Poor Things. I love this movie. It is a weird movie. It's quirky. It's odd. It's right up my alley. Not to everyone's taste, but I love it. Anyway, the score for the film is equally odd. It was all recorded with acoustic instruments. It's sometimes just solo or a couple at a time or large groupings. But the sound of these acoustic instruments was manipulated in post-production to change their pitch, to change their harmonics. It's very interesting, subtle sometimes, overt other times in the score, and it's a great, great, great recording. And the purity and the clarity of this soundtrack were definitely available over the VERUM 2. Really, really impressive. And the imaging, just very spacious. I was knocked out by the sound of this recording. And I've listened to it a lot over speakers, but actually it works very, very well over headphones. So let's move on to, so Steve, what do you really think of the VERUM 2 open back planar magnetic headphone? You know what? I think it's really good. You already knew that though. But I think for this price, for $350 for the VERUM 2 Basic, it's a steal. Oh yeah. And then you throw in the sound quality. It's so open and pure and clear. Yeah, really, really nice. And really strong bottom end. But it's not a bassy, thick sounding headphone. So in fact, I would say one of the potential downsides for some of you guys is that it can sound a bit lean at times. Yeah, it's not the fullest, richest sounding headphone. That it is not. I mean, I wasn't enjoying myself listening with my phone, with my iPhone 14. Not that it couldn't play loud enough, it just, I don't know, it sounded too thin, too flat. It wasn't a happening combination. But it's big on clarity. The low end is actually very impressive, and it's a joy to wear for long periods of time. So it definitely gets a thumbs up from me. So now we can move on to, you know it, you love it, the Audiophiliac viewer system of the day. This is Mark's system. His CD player is a Yamaha CD S1000, also plays SA CDs. The integrated amp is a Yamaha AS1000, and it replaced a new Marantz Model 30 that crapped out twice in a 7-month period. Speakers are Wharfdale Aura 2s for streaming, Blue Sound Node X, and the turntable is a Technics SL1500C with an Audiophon Blue. Oh, and then there's this really cool 1978 Sansui TU-717 receiver. You just can't get rid of it because it's so cool. Thank you, Mark. All right, we are back. My name is Steve Guttenberg. I am the Audiophiliac. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, the varieties of different types of reviews that I'm presenting, yes, I'd like you to consider joining my Patreon. If you like the interviews, the discussions with Herb Reichert, the show reports that I do, and of course, the Audiophiliac viewer systems of the day, please consider supporting this channel through the Patreon. To do so is super easy to do. The address is on the screen right now. So with that, I could say my work here is at last complete. Thank you again for watching. And I really, really do hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Bye-bye.